Welcome back to a course on business mathematics. We are discussing about mathematics of finance, simple interest concepts. In this lecture also we are going to continue with the discussion on the same topic. Let us see the problem that we are going to see. Okay, here what is given? It is given that a certain amount of money was invested at 8% simple interest. Okay, we don't know what was the money that was invested, but it is given that it is invested at 8% simple interest. Okay, so this is the R value. Okay, and after 9 months, we don't know what was the period, but after 9 months, an equal amount was invested at 10% simple interest. So we are given with two different simple interest. So let us take this one to be R1 and this one to be R2. Okay, find the period in which the amount in okay, I think there is a mistake. Okay, so the in which, okay, let me strike this off. Okay, in which the amount in each case becomes rupees 2600. So here we have to consider two different set of informations, and in each case it is turning to be rupees 2600. Now we have to find how much money was invested in each case. Okay, so let us try and tabulate the values to know what was invested in each case. So let us try to make a tabulation. So excuse me for the bad things, sorry. Okay, so first of all, let this is the first case and let this be the second case. Okay, what was the money invested? It is same in both the cases. Okay, what was the rate of interest? Here it is 8%, here it is 10%, right? So the time period that we don't know. Okay, it is not given. Find the period in which the amount. So we will have to find out the time period. Suppose if we take n here after 9 months. So if we take n1 to be simply n, n2 would be what? n2 would be n minus 9 months, right? So the first principle and the second principle is same. And what else do we need? That is enough to find I value or A value, right? So these are the given information, and also given that, okay, we have started solution actually. It is given that amount in each cases rupees 2600. Okay, so from the first set of informations we may find A1, that is P1 times of 1 plus N1 R1 upon 100, right? And A2 would be P2 times of 1 plus N2 R2 upon 100. So it is given that A1 is 2600 in both the case, and P1 and P2 are same. So let us denote that by P itself. 1 plus N we don't know. R is 8 upon 100. So this we may write it as 8N. And A2 is also 2600, and this amount is also P, and we have 1 plus R2 is 10, and N2 is what? N minus 9 upon 12. So which we may write it as N minus 0.75 upon 100. Since amount in each case is equal, what shall we do? We shall equate that, right? P times of 1 plus 8n upon 100, which is same as that of P times of 1 plus 10 times of n minus 0.75 upon 100. Okay, so pp gets cancelled and we have 1 plus 0.08 n, and this would be 1 plus 0.1 times of n minus 0.75, and try to squeeze n in one side and everything else in the other side. So it would be 1 plus 0.08 n, and this would be 1 plus 0.1 n minus 0.075. Okay, so let me have other numeric values in the left hand side and n in the right hand side. So it would be 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled. So it would be 0.075, which is 0.1 minus 0.08 n. So this would give me 0.02 n is 0.075. Right? So next it would give me what? N is 0.075 upon 0.02. So this, if we multiply, this would be 7.5 upon 2, I guess. Am I right? So this is the period 7.5 upon 2. So this is 3.75. So 3.75 years is n value. That is the period of investment in case 1 is 3 years. So 3 years, 0.75 means 9 months. And the same for case 2 is after 9 months, right? So it is simply 3 years. Now we have to find out the money invested in each cases. Okay, so for that let us try and substitute in this itself. Okay, it is your wish. You may go with this or with this. It is up to you. Okay, so here I think it would be better to substitute, because here n is 3 years 9 months. Here n is simply 3 years. So let us go by that. So if we take this as equation 2 and this as equation 1, from equation 2 we are proceeding now. From equation 2 we get 2600 equals p times of 1 plus 10 times of 3. So it is going to be 30 upon 100. So 2600 is p times of 1.3. So this gives you p is 2600 upon 1.3. That would give you what? 2000. Hence the money invested is rupees. Just a minute. I think I don't know whether it is visible to you people or not. So money invested in each case is 2000. Okay, let us move to the next problem. Okay, here what is given? We have some name. Mrs. Santoshi has 2 daughters, Ishita and Sarika, and they are aged 10.5 and 16 years. Okay, some family scenarios going here, right? And she has rupees 1,80,000 with her now. Okay, good. But once both of her daughter get an equal amount when they are 18 years old. Okay, so she is planning with the money to spend for their college expenses, something of that kind, right? How should she divide the money if it were to be deposited with her friend who gives only 5% simple interest? Seems his friend is kind of conjuicy. Okay, fine, let it be. We are interested in solving this problem. So, which means it is given that both her daughters should get an equal amount. So here we are going to talk about 2 different amounts, and amounts has to be equal. That is the scenario that we have here, right? So for that, what should we do? Okay, and the rate of interest is going to be 5%. So it is the same in both the cases. Okay, in order to calculate money or to calculate interest, what are the things that we need? We need the number of years, we need the amount of investment, and the rate of interest. So we have the rate of interest. The amount, so this is the total amount that has to be split. How are we going to split that? Okay, that is the thing that we have to find. Okay, fine. So we have only two informations. What about the number of years? Yes, it is given indirectly because her daughters are 10.5 years and 16 years right now, but she wishes to get the money when they are 18 years old. So 18 minus 10 and a half, that is 7.5 years. That is the period of investment for Ishita. And 18 minus 16 would give you 2 years. That is the period of investment for Sarika. Okay. So let us make a table here too, since we are dealing with two kind of amounts. Okay. So first one is for Ishita and the other is for Sarika. Principal, number of years, rate of interest. These are the three things that we require. So the rate of interest is 5% for both. Number of years, Ishita is just now 10.5 years, so 7.5 years is the period of investment for Ishita, whereas for Sarika it is 2 years. Okay, the principal, we don't know what is the amount that she would deposit for Ishita, so let us take that to be X, or if we wish to have it as simply P, we may have. Okay, so if she decides to deposit rupees P for Ishita, she can deposit only 1,80,000 minus P for Sarika, because she has only 1,80,000 with her and she has to split that amount. So this is the scenario happening, right? So it is also given that both the daughters should get equal amount. So equal amount is the thing that we are talking, right? Okay, so let us find the amount for Ishita. So I am writing this as AI. So this would be what? P times of 1 plus NR upon 100, and this would be simply P times of 1 plus 7.5 times of 5 upon 100. So this is happening. And for Sarika, it is P times, it is not P, it is 1,18,000 minus P, right? So 1,18,000 minus P times of 1 plus 2 times of 5 upon 100. From this information, what we get is the amount that is received in the name of Ishita and in the name of Sarika is same. Okay. So from the given information, we get what? We get P times of 1 plus 5 times of 7.5 upon 100. This is same as that of 1,18,000 minus P times of 1 plus 2 times of 5 upon 100. So this would be, if we multiply, what would we get? So it is 25, so 35, 37.5 upon 100. So it is 1,18,000 minus P times of 1 plus 10 upon 100. So this we would get P times of 1.1 1 plus 0.375, and it would be 1,80,000 minus P times of 1.1. So this we may directly write it as 1.375. Okay, so let me write that way. So these are the things that we have. Now we'll have to simplify this one. So 1.375 times of P, and 1,80,000 into 1.1 minus 1.1 times of P, and if I take this P value to this side, it would become 2.475. okay, when I bring this and add here, this is what I would get. So it is 1,80,000 times of 1.1. so P would be what? 1,80,000 times of 1.1 upon 2.475, and I think I need a calculator to do this. Let me make use of my calculator on the computer itself. So this is what we have. So even you can see the calculations now. So 1,80,000 times 1.1 divided by 2.475, and this gives me 80,000. So this is 80,000, right? So Mrs. Santoshi has to deposit rupees 80,000 for Ishita. If she is depositing rupees 80,000 for Ishita, then she would of course deposit 1 lakh for Sarika. Okay, in this problem, it is just asked to find out how she should divide the money. It is not asked about what is the total amount that she would get when they are 18 years old. If it is asked, then we may of course substitute these values. Either of these values, if you are going to substitute this 80,000, then you will have to substitute in AI. If you have to substitute this 1 lakh, you will have to substitute in AS, and you may find what is the thing happening. If it is additionally asked, let me substitute in AS. So AS would be what? It is 1 lakh. So 1 plus 10 upon 100. So this would give me what? 1 lakh times of 1.1. So it's just, so 1,10,000 is the amount that they would receive when they are 18 years old. Okay, thank you.